Yes, thank you for joining. We're continuing our discussion about the CAPM. So we are now in domain 3, task number 4. And in this section, we are going to talk about the components of an adaptive plan and what are the different types of adaptive methodologies. We already talked about Scrum, so a little bit more about it, but Scrum is one of the types of uh, project management techniques that you can use. Another is XP, also known as extreme programming. Then there's scaled adaptive framework, SAFe, and then there's Kanban and many others. So we will undertake our understanding of these other methodologies, which all come under adaptive. So the components of adaptive are, it can be agile, iterative, or incremental. And so the scope is defined before each iteration, and this helps in flexibility for consistent scope, cost, and schedule analysis. So in the case of an adaptive methodology, you're not using traditional, which is predictive methodology. The focus here is that it is on iterative and incremental planning. So the components of an adaptive approach includes product backlog, which is of course the list of prioritized list of requirements or user stories which represent the work that needs to be done. That is the product backlog. The iteration planning is planning sessions that determine what work will be completed in the upcoming iteration. So that is the iteration planning. Then there's daily stand-ups, which are the daily meetings that the team members have to discuss the progress, the challenges, and plan their work for the day. And then there will be a review or retrospective at the end of each iteration. So within an adaptive plan, these are the different items and components that you need to have in order to make it successful. So the different agile frameworks we are going to understand include Scrum, XP, SAFe, and Kanban. So agile approach is mainly the main thing is for early measurable ROI through defined iterative delivery of the product increments. So for Scrum, this is the Scrum methodology that we have already talked about in the previous sections. This is just a repeat. You should know this by now, that the product backlog includes all of the items which need to be completed in the project. For example, if we are making a mobile app or a website which has different features, it has a membership page, it has a booking option, it has also the different videos, it has pictures of the location, it has a map also where you can search where the location is. So there are many different features that need to be on the website. That is the product backlog. So the sprint planning is that within 2 week session, your sprint goal is defined. That is, what is your objective in the next 2 weeks? And in the next 2 weeks, then you will undertake a regular daily meeting with your team, which includes the development team, the scrum master, and the product owner. And every 2 weeks, you will provide an increment. Increment is an incomplete part of your whole software that you are making. And it should be complete in terms of there should be meeting the definition of done, meaning it should be functional. And that will be reviewed in the sprint review meeting at the end of the sprint. So you will continue this cycle every 2 weeks until the work is completed. After the work is completed, or after a few sprints, usually you will have what is called a sprint retrospective meeting, where you will review what did you do in the sprint positively and negatively, and how can you improve the next ones. So this is your summary of the Scrum methodology, which you should be clear about. Extreme programming is XP. So in here, the software development method, there are frequent cycles here. So you have unfinished features, you work on the most important ones, you plan for it, there's honest plans, daily communication with your team, you provide working software, and you continue. And they just name it different. They call it Project Heartbeat. That is every week or so you are providing some new product, services, or features. So this framework, it's a framework that aims to produce higher quality software and a higher quality of life for the development team. So XP is the most specific of the agile frameworks regarding appropriate engineering practices for software development. So this is the diagram which explains how extreme programming works. Kanban is simply a system for developing work. When you have maybe 10, 15, 20 tasks to do, then Kanban is useful. Kanban means the Japanese word for card. Card is the authorization for the next container or material to be produced. And so the sequence of the Kanban pulls the material through the process. So there are many different types of signals, but the system is still called a Kanban system. The scaled or adaptive framework, SAFe. This is a knowledge base of patterns for scaling development work across all levels of the enterprise. So in order to implement agile practices at an enterprise scale, we use SAFe. So there are three levels in SAFe. There's the team level, the program level, and the portfolio level. So at the team level, you have shared documents such as Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets. And at the program level, you have the Google Drive. And then at the portfolio level, you have the rest of the company, the executive team, HR, finance, etc. So at the team level, the teams are working together, they brainstorm ideas on a Google Doc, and so this ensures the work is accessible to all the team members. The SAFe program level contains many teams to deliver solutions. So this is what is called an agile release train. So the agile release train consists of 50 to 130 people, which are organized into sub-teams. And so, for example, it centralizes all the program related documents in Google Drive, such as PEI planning outcomes, ART schedules, and system demos. And so this creates a single source of truth for the program. So at the portfolio level, the entire company or business has already implemented the agile methodology. So the management methods must also be organized with agile practices. These tools support the dynamic and collaborative nature of agile practices. So the rest of the company, they will be using the portfolio level information. So it's important to understand these agile frameworks that are crucial for managing the project. So whichever company you're working with, they may be using agile or Scrum or SAFe or XP. So you should be understanding the terminology and technology using in it. Most of the more common is to use Scrum. So we are focusing on that in our course. So the success of an agile framework is by achieving the intended results of the project. You're meeting the deadlines and you're within the budget. So those are the success criteria for the project. Also, team satisfaction, making sure the team is satisfied, customer satisfaction, getting positive feedback from the clients, sponsors, and stakeholders, and quality. All these are important aspects for the company. So with that, we have finished our task 4 of domain 3. And so the next one we'll talk about is task 5. Thank you very much.